Guys, welcome again. This is Paris versus Manchester City, and we know this was one of the biggest game and UCL. So everybody was expecting the big story, and that also happened. But we know the Pep is playing skill like he always dominate the match. So it was like similar the last game. So Manchester City was dominating from the first minute until the last minute. So it was good match for Manchester City and the home match, and wasn't bad, but the tactics might be for maybe wrong something for PSG. So we will hear this one from our the familiar face from Bokang. He's a Manchester City fan and he's happy. But let's see what the stats from Manchester City. Bokang, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
So PG lost the match, second match
Mm.
against Manchester City, and the first match PG owned at home, Paris. So what's your simple thought about this match?
Oh well, we had to find a reaction. We lost the first match, so we had to win this one. We cannot lose two straight matches against a very big opponent. We also beat them last year in the semifinals, so this feels good. This feels really good. And now I'm happy because we are now top of the group, and we come out as group winners. So meaning that when we move in that round of 16, we'll probably get a lesser opponent. Some a team that's not difficult, so we can keep progressing as the competition goes on.
But the question is that when we know the PG is they have the big three in front, Messi, Neymar, Mbappe. Maybe this present world, they're one of the best player, no doubt. But is there anything wrong? Like we have seen Pep, he's a master of football, we can say. But whenever we say
Mm,
that PG is playing like Manchester City, they didn't have Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, and Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne got positive, COVID positive, and Phil Foden and Grealish, they have some problem, injuries problem, so they didn't get. But the starting 11, do you think that was perfect? Like after that, we were surprised. Like Jenchenko, how you play Jenchenko and suddenly is that was perfect starting lineup?
well, no, but you have to make do with what we have. You look at the PSG front three. Those are very, very talented players. So you have to find a way to block passes in the midfield, you know, block passes up front and stop their supply. So I think Pep made the right decision, plays Zinchenko in that midfield alongside Rodri, so that he can work hard, he can run after them, and block
But
all the
but
passes.
but the match difference, we know the subs that come from Jenchenko subs project,
Mm.
Gabriel Jesus, he scored the
Mm-hmm.
winning
Mm-hmm.
goal. So if
Mm.
Pep put starting lineup and Gabriel Jesus, City would play the better game. Do you think?
Well, it's a little bit. It's difficult to answer that one because if you think about it, PSG is a very has the best attacking side. It's the best attacking has the best attacking players, but their midfield is not the best in the world. So the
Yeah,
team
that's
has a
true.
weakness, in midfield. So there is a chance for every team that goes and plays against PSG to assert themselves and play their game. Because if you block all the passes going to the front third, it means that you have killed the whole team, you know. So for Manchester City, I think it was a bold statement for them to say, you know what, let's put Sterling here, let's play Jesus, let's play everyone. It was saying that they really want to go out there and win the match. They wanted to dominate this match because they knew that if they if they dominate the middle field, definitely the front three won't have nothing to play with. You know.
Yeah, we got, but now the is the good news for City. Is City now like can they win the Champions League? They beaten they beat PSG, like the challenging. Always everybody is talking about the PSG can win Champions League, but the City beat them. It also not only beat but also dominant. The whole match City was dominating on PSG by playing ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can tell you the stars like PG was positioned 45% and Manchester City was 55%. So 10%
Mm-hmm.
advantage. And goal attempts that PG was double 15 and not PG,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Manchester City was 15 and PG was 7. And shots on target, PG was 2 and City was 5. And City shots blocked 5.
Mm-hmm.
And the keeper, the save, City just only 1 and PG 3. And corner got Manchester
Mm-hmm.
City 7, and the
Mm-hmm.
foul committed more by City was 13 and PSG was 5, and you look at got Manchester City 3, and that was total statistics. But the, I can tell you the whole match was dominating by Pep. So can Pep now demand that like Manchester City fans they can, okay, we can win UCL this season. That's the last season we lost against Chelsea, but you played a big game and one of the best season because you have won the Premier League title and you played final for the first time in the club history. So you have like that kind of confidence, like that you beat just now you beat PSG, the Messi, Neymar, Mbappe doesn't matter. You just go away.
Well, um, I can say so. Yes. Do you know why? Because City right now are in a better position than they were last season. You know, because they have conceded only about, I think they conceded 6 goals this season in the Premier
Yeah,
League,
yeah, it's
and
true.
they've only conceded, I think they only conceded in the Leipzig match. It was 6-3, right? They conceded 3 goals there. They lost the match at PSG, and then just this 1 goal. So in the Champions League, I can see them. They're allowing a whole lot more goals in, but they are playing better. They're in a better position defensively, and of course, they're still winning matches. So the only thing I can say is that if they keep improving, they get back their best players. Like you said, De Bruyne is out. Foden was not here. Grealish is still out with a minor knee injury. So I think they'll improve. So the only thing that can happen is they can get better, and hopefully it's gonna be a tough competition this year because we have the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea still strong,
Yeah.
and
Also
yeah. So it's really
now
gonna be
Tottenham
tough.
also good team.
Yeah, but this is the Champions League, and I don't think Tottenham can compete at a level where City and Liverpool are right now.
Yeah. Okay. Let's back to PG. Just we PG. Is there any problem? The post his tactics. We know the Marco Verratti, one of the best midfielder in the PG history. Not PG history. We can say in the football history, one of the best, no doubt. And Gigi Wijnaldum, the Georgian Wijnaldum, like he was one of the key player for another Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. But we can see that now he always plays substitute, he always on the bench. Like he is Jorginho and Marco Verratti. Okay, I can see that Marco Verratti didn't want to play because PG is going to qualify, no doubt. But Gigi Wijnaldum, is it deserved on bench? Like we can see there is player Andre Herrera and Idris Gueye, and there was Argentine guy in the Paradise. So it's why you can play Jorginho. We know the PG midfield
Mm.
was so weird and like they didn't keep the ball, they didn't pass the ball, they didn't get the ball from that against team they're playing. What tactics? So what does mean that Pochettino he wants to get? You cannot put a good player in a
Uh,
board. What does the problem?
the problem is that I think the team is top heavy. You know, they have they have a good defense. Defensively, they are good. The middle field is is more than average. You know, it's a good midfield, but the front lineup is just way too much talented. And most of them, since they are world stars, they do not contribute and they do not press, they do not work hard on the field, they do not give enough effort to help that midfield. So they will always be lacking something in midfield. You understand what I mean? So when you have
Yeah.
clubs such as City and Liverpool who play as a collective team without any stars, they know that all of us, I have to go and win the ball. I have to go and press the goalkeeper. Let me press the center back. Try to find the mistake. Let me do this. You know. So as a team, we can win, but PSG is full of individual stars. So it's really going to be difficult for them to find a working formula because you have to deal with the egos. Messi is a world star. He's the best player in the world. You have Neymar, who is also in that bracket, and you have Mbappe, the youngest talent in the world right now. So it's a whole lot of commotion in the background. But as for the midfield, they are suffering because they have to supply the world star players who will not work as hard as Sadio Mane or Mohamed Salah. Any of those guys who are still a little bit a tad below them.
Yeah.
So I think PSG will continue to have this problem because let me take you back a few years. Do you remember Real Madrid between 2005 and 2007? It was called Los Galacticos. The
Yeah.
team was
Yeah.
full of stars. The David Beckhams were there. Raul was there. Zidane. Every player was Roberto Carlos. All of them were stars. But that team was not the best in the world. They didn't win the Champions League. You know, I think they didn't. They won the league maybe twice because if you're full of all stars in the team, there's no longer the collectiveness because everyone feels like they are the best player or the top player in the team. There's no one to do the hard work. So I think PSG is headed for the same road. Having too much stars in one team, I think it can hurt the team. It can.
Yeah, you got the word. Let's move another message. Like we can say
Mm-hmm.
the day past message that was Ajax versus
Mm-hmm.
Besiktas and Inter Milan versus Shakhtar Donestsk, and Besiktas lost 2-1, Ajax 2, Besiktas 1, and Inter Milan 2-0, and Club Paris Leipzig they scored the first half 4-0 and the second half 1, so totally 5-0. And then Milan, they beat
Mm,
Atletico Madrid. So Atletico Madrid is now out they're out from group stage. They're not going to qualify. Atletico Madrid for the first time,
that is
maybe.
a shocker. Yes, I'm so shocked because they won the league last season. What
Yeah.
happened? I I'm really shocked.
They,
I'm really really shocked.
maybe they just own the match. I can see the last match they have won against AC Milan. That this time they lost. So they maybe lost Liverpool away and home. Also
Mm,
maybe Porto. Maybe there is another match. I'm not sure, but we will inform. And also there was a disaster for Dortmund. They lost against Sporting Portugal. That is Sporting 3-1. And Real Madrid. Wow, that
oh
was
my
good.
God.
Real Madrid. After the 2004 maybe, after Roberto Carlos, for the first time any Real Madrid player, any Real Madrid
Mm-hmm.
defender, they just got the score by free kick. That was David Alaba. So it was good signing, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. He's a good fan. Yeah. Of course, he's a top player. He's a top player. He deserves to be playing there. He really deserves to be
Also,
playing there.
there is got a score. Karim Benzema, we know that he carries the Real Madrid now. That was another strike
Mm-hmm.
from Toni Kroos. So
Mm,
Salah, he scored today, and that was another one was from Thiago Alcantara. That was another stunning, like for the first goal Liverpool. So what does it mean?
mm.
Salah, Liverpool like they can challenge for like Premier League team. We can say English team they're challenging Premier League for
Of
Premier
course,
League and Champions
of
League.
course, of course. The Premier League is is the best league right now. You know, they have the best managers in the world in the same league right now. They have the best players right now, and their teams look as though they're the most dangerous right now. You know, apart from Bayern Munich, of course. Because if you look at let's let's talk about the Spanish league. You know, we look at Atletico Madrid struggling. You know, Real Madrid. Um, I don't know if they can compete at the level of Chelsea if they would go head to head
Even
with
even
them.
Atletico
I
Madrid,
mean,
the La Liga point table, they are
mm,
number 4. Not very good.
yeah. So imagine Barcelona. They're still in a little bit of a hectic spot. You know, they're still not great. So I don't see any other teams going into the semi-final apart from um the English Premiership teams. You know, they will. I think they will all qualify for the semi-finals with, along with Bayern Munich. You know, because I think those are the best teams in the world right now. Those four: Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and Bayern Munich.
Okay, here you go. This is the for today, and thank you for having Bokang, and see you soon.
Oh, of course.
Let's
Thank you, man.
go. Let's go for tomorrow with Europa League. Let's see who is gonna win. And here you go. That's
Of
Manchester
course.
City. That was good match for football fans, and Manchester City fans is really happy. So here you go.
All right. Thank